So we're going to go ahead with the 541.
Hi, I'm Christopher Yu. I'm going to teach 541 software, system and software standard and requirements. So I believe what most of you have here have industry experience, and I believe you understand the importance of this of the requirements basically, because if requirement is not really not in good shape, then that will impact significant impact on all other stage of the software development process, like including the design and architecture and implementation and even testing all the way basically. So in this case, in this class, we will learn the basic the methodologies and also process and that are needed to develop excellent software requirements, and going through this engineering process.
Closer.
Engineering process basically. So we're gonna learn the basic principles and practice and process for developing requirements and managing the requirements in this class. Okay, so this is our syllabus. Here, syllabus. And also we're going to also talk about the engineering standard and including the process, product, and resource and techniques. Okay, so the required textbook is software requirements, and the author is Carl Wiggers. This is going to be our main required textbooks, and we have also supplementary books, so it's not required. So occasionally I will cover some topics in this course, basically to explain some HTTP-based standard to supplement some kind of artifact we need to generate in the requirements, the documents, and so on. So mostly I'm going to post the lecture notes. We're going to mostly follow the main textbooks, software requirements. And occasionally I will add some supplementary material to my lectures. Okay, so here, then we have, I think Dr. Choi has already explained the general information about the programs and also the class and in general. So I don't have to actually, I don't think I need to repeat this. So I'm going to most focus on this course itself. Okay, so in this course we're going to have several online discussions. Okay, and the discussion basically topics will be posted in the Titanium. Then most discussion topics will be more like open questions. So I don't think there may not have even answers or a solution. So I expect you to post your own opinions and also your ideas and for each topics we're going to post on. Thank you. So the submissions on the discussion topic will not be graded, but I will definitely read every post on the discussion board. And also we have the projects, team projects, and you have to actually have groups with 3 to 5 team members. So it's minimum is 3, then maximum is 5. So I think today it will be a good idea to find your team member whenever you have time, I think before you leave. And also if you cannot find your team member during your course, then just let me know, then I will try my best to find your team members. Okay. And make sure you turn in all the project and also the homeworks and possibly at the right time and on times. And we're going to have 2 exams, one midterm exam and final exams. And although it's an online course, I expect you to take the exams in the form of the closed book and closed note and closed text, closed note and closed everything basically. But although I may not really be able to visit your house and then watch or monitor the exam taking activity, but I trust that you follow these kind of principles. The reason actually is sometimes in the past, from my experience, some students try to answer the question and with the reference to the source of the answer. In that case, that's not your own answer basically. When you take exam, then when you answer the question to the exam, when you answer the question in the exam, then we expect you to answer from your own knowledge and your own understanding, not really referencing certain source in the website or textbook. So that's actually another reason actually I expect you to take the exam in closed book and closed note fashions. Okay, and so we have a correct grading policy here. So discussion and we post several discussion topics, and class partition take 10%, project 30%, and exam 60%. Yeah. And then we have academic dishonesty. I think Dr. Choi already explained in detail now about this academic dishonesty. And course schedule here is. Question? Yep.
So thinking of the project, what kind of skill sets do we want to combine for forming the groups? So is this going to be, for example, an Android app where some people may want to know that?
Oh yeah, actually don't worry about the platform, or if you're talking about platform or some kind of programming languages, well, then this project from this course mostly is going to be on writing requirement specifications. So we will never have to worry about implementing any of those requirement specifications. Okay, so mostly, basically, I will give you enough information about certain projects, basically more like vision and scope documents that include what you really want to achieve, including some business objectives and requirements. Then from there, actually, then you can start thinking about your team is going to eventually write the requirement specification and show the validation process for the requirements and so on. So you don't have to worry about implementing anything in this course, at least in this class.
I read somewhere that from today the week one has started. So do we need to read the first section till next Saturday, or how?
Yeah, actually, the week one basically started today and by end of the next week, like Sunday. So we have the 1 week to read, and this is basically the general plan or course schedule plan. Doesn't really have anything really you are required to follow, but it's really up to you, to your personal schedules. But it's a recommended plan that I strongly actually expect to actually follow. So it's more like reading assignments and also your study plan. Then it can be you can use it as more like your own more like a starting point. So you have to fit this schedule. Think about your personal schedule and considering the course schedules to make the plan throughout the semesters.
Do you have the syllabus on the
Yeah, I posted the syllabus already on the Titanium.
Everything we need is just go to Titanium and find it all.
Right, yeah. So make sure you buy our textbooks, okay, and read the syllabus very carefully. I don't think so. I have any special information in my the syllabus than other courses. If you have taken other course before, then yeah, that textbook, yes, 3rd editions, then that's the one we're gonna use. And for the supplemental book, you don't have to buy, because if possible, that will at least give you the reference point, or probably then provide enough information about the topic needed from the supplemental books throughout the lectures, through the lecture basically.
There's a prerequisite class in the first stage. Is that something that we need to fulfill?
Yeah, basically prerequisite for this class is really the same as all the course we offer in this class, or in this program. A software engineering course or equivalent experience from industries to the software engineering. So there's no specific prerequisite course assigned required for this particular course. So it's prerequisite for every course we offer in this program.
So when you say the postings are required in a specific time frame, is that during the week of the topic? Is that the time frame? Or
No, actually, that's a good question. I think whenever I post the discussion topic, I will clearly specify the deadline for the discussions. So you just need to pay attention to the deadline and post it on the discussion board. Okay, so of course, like when I post up in discussion board, I'm a discussion topic, then usually I follow this schedule too, within the schedule, but I will clearly have the separate, clearly specified deadline for each discussion topic. So you will have enough time. Mostly I give 2 weeks. And then also, I'm gonna send out reminders. Okay, it's a reminder for deadline basically. So, and it's several days before the deadline. And so you make sure, Dr. Choi said, make sure you read emails regularly. Hopefully, like every day. If not, then it's 2-3 times a week and so on.
I'm not familiar with the titanium system. Are alerts sent out to the students whenever there's new content?
Yeah, I think so. So, but I think you can actually set up your account that actually automatically send email to your email account on titanium. By default, I think whenever new subject posted, I believe, I don't know, I think I'm not that part, I'm not quite sure, but most likely it will automatically send you certain email to, but when you log in, you will immediately see that what's new, new information posted on the discussion. But I think there's a way to actually to send you a alert. Actually, you can set them to titanium. But usually, other than just posting lecture note, and if it is about projects or discussion topics or exam, then usually I send the emails, reminder and like email about the deadline, also email for the specific information about the task and so on. So I would try to regularly send a reminder for each task you have to complete. Especially those tasks you have to complete, there's some of them, of course, tasks related to your grade. That's very important, right? So then usually I send out email actually announcements or email reminder to everyone. So make sure you read the emails. And for the lecture, then make sure the lecture note will be posted every week. So that's the only thing you just remember. Then make sure you log into the Titanium, then download your lecture note and voice lectures regularly. Then all other things, then I will try my best to send out the reminders and email basically to you. Thank you.
So I have a question regarding communication to you. Would you prefer email or like phone calls or?
Yeah, actually email will be I think probably the easiest one you can try. Then sometimes actually with emails we will still have some problem and issues because email communication, as you all know, is very difficult actually the communication tool, right? So if you think through the couple of email exchange, you still think the issue is not resolved clearly, then next tool you want to use is call. So call me. Then if it doesn't work out well, then visit my office. Then we can have face-to-face discussions. So that actually happens occasionally. I strongly recommend you to actually even like instead of in our office, you just come to the campus, then that actually be better because that's actually give us more opportunity to get to know each other actually. Because we don't really come to campus. So have that as an excuse to come to campus then.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have an industry experience?
Yes, I do have. Many years of industry experience starting from as a developers. Many years ago, then I'm still involved in software project industry. Occasionally, not in full time because I have a full time job here, but occasionally, like from time to times. But I have industry experience and also academic experience. Any other questions?
Yes. Looking at this book and looking at the course outline, I realized that there are some chapters that you have omitted. So we go by...
Yeah, you go by this plan.
Okay.
Right, so not strictly go by the book, but actually this is more like the chapter titles. but not every the chapters. Yeah, so I strongly recommend to follow this lecture schedules.
Because this doesn't cite the chapter.
If you look at it carefully, that actually is really most likely exactly the chapter title. But then,
That's that with.
yeah, we can actually, yeah, that's not really the issue. But the important thing is follow these lecture schedules. Then if you have other questions, then, and also focus on the lecture note I posted. Then read that one as probably the. Okay, so we have our faculty member here. He's going to introduce his course that we can ask a question here then.
All right, so I think it is really important that you download course schedule. As you said, there may not be, it looks like initially course chapters are not here, then sometimes that's not really, as you can see, the book is a really big book. Probably we cannot cover everything, though maybe most important things are here, or hidden somewhere in the middle. So if you look at closely, should be somewhere. And you should download the schedule. It's really important. These are markers, especially like exams, project due, these are typically marked. That means as long as you do follow that one, when you do it, it's up to you. So that's one beauty of the online programs. You don't have to really come here and do exactly, every same thing. So that's a good thing about it. And one more thing I want to just mention, Dr. Punzao, is that this philosophical issue of, submitting all the content of it, what about someone else does, or cheating issue and all this stuff. So exams and all this, right? Since being online program, we don't see you when you submit your exams or submit work. How do you know you're doing it around these issues? So that has a lot of philosophical issues. And a long time ago, the faculty met together and decided that we want to do project and exams such that it can be shown in individual work. So we can follow it with some differences of the work. Then you will see that, you will notice there's something going on here. My son actually is attending a school in the East Coast. And I asked him, how do you do your exam? He's grad school. And he said, although he's taking not online course, regular course, the instructor says, take the exam, do it, give it back to me in hour and a half. So what he's saying, he's going to Starbucks and does his exam, it comes back, give the exam, whatever, paper exam, gives back to the instructor. So if he wanted to, he could actually do whatever he wanted to with the exam, go somewhere else, library, and look it up and do stuff, right? So if you want to do something, you can do, there's always possibility of doing things. Right? So, but we trust you that you will do your work, truly. And also to make kind of sure, not 100%, but that's why we have the one that give you here. And then I know it's not 100% bulletproof, but at least give you some conscience saying, make sure that you do your work, okay? So that's your benefit. You do actually your program, you do everything that you have to do is submit. Otherwise, you will not learn anything, right? You want to learn, if you spend money, you want to learn something and benefit you. So hopefully you do that, and whether it's exam or project, all these things, you do, it's your own work, and you get graded based on that, you get feedback from the instructors. I think that's really important.